All right. We are back. It's time to get conflicted about things. We need to, as you wish. Oh, shit. We're in deep now.
Wait. Did she really just call you stable boy and not just Wesley? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I was like,
non-stable
who's the
boy.
stable boy? Like, I wouldn't know. Wesley, you could have just said. Anyway.
Okay. We need to fill out the rules, the procedure for conflicts. This conflict type is going to be an argument. Who will be participating?
Probably just me. I don't know.
Well,
I'm in.
So, what's your official goal here?
You choose participants before you pick a goal. So, for instance, some of
Really?
you might decide, yeah,
Okay.
yep. You state goals after you choose participant, teams, and captains.
I guess that's how you get into those situations where you're like, I immediately regret this decision.
Yeah, when you face off against other members of your team.
Yeah.
So Vera, do you want to step in here?
Yeah, I'll help.
Okay. There's at least two teams. Team 1 is going to be Garden Mouse Cranberry, and Team 2 is Martin the Carpenter. Martin the Carpenter doesn't care how or why you do it. He just wants to convince you to help recover his grandmother's rocking chair, which has been reduced to 2 twigs that have been made into hair ornaments. What is Team Captain Cranberry's stated goal?
I won't get your freaking toothpicks unless it's for true love.
And Flo and Vera, which side would you like to join?
Can I make a third side?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't think so. Man, I'm gonna. So he's trying
I guess
to convince us to go.
my disposition is to not go, right? Like, is to not go. Would be my
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you want to read out.
You
You want to read out the truth. That's your disposition of why.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily.
I'll be on Cranberry's side then, definitely.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll go with.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. That's perfect.
Are you changing it? I won't get the toothpicks unless it's for love. You're changing it to what?
Read out the truth.
I want to find out
Essentially
the real truth behind why he wants us to get this thing. That's actually the real question I want to
Okay.
ask. Sure.
All right. And his stated goal is
cool.
Cover his grandmother. Recover his daughter's dowry. Okay. We need to do starting dispositions and then modify the disposition based on conditions. So, let's see. Argument. The disposition type for that. Conflict, starting disposition. Here we go. You know, I even had it on
Persuader and add will.
Yep.
We don't get to use our nature for disposition for this one, do we?
I
don't think
no, the NPC adds their nature to it.
Oh shit! All right.
Mice may only use nature as a base for dissipation if the conflict is appropriate to their nature, escaping, climbing, hiding, or foraging. So you can't add that.
True love is not in our disposition.
It is not. So, as team captain, Cranberry, what is your persuader?
Oh, my persuader is 2.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And what is your will?
3.
And then is it everyone adds their will to that, or?
Yes, I believe so. Because the number is generally between like 6
generate, consult the player who initiated. Other team members may help. Okay, so you help. So each of you adds a die, and then we will remove one for Flo because you have.
Oh yeah.
You're tired.
You're tired. Yep.
Oh.
You're literally just like,
Yeah, you're-
I don't care. I literally
Yeah,
don't care.
so you're actually probably gonna be a little bit of a detriment to this fight because you're just gonna be complaining the whole time.
Good. And the narrative fits
Oh
the
my
reality.
god. Why are we yelling with this guy? I just want to go home. Oh my god. You're literally the kid in every single like road trip movie.
I am
Yep.
sick of vacations, Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, so +1 and then -1 and then +1 from me.
So you'll be rolling your persuader with the
2.
+1 from Vera, and then adding that to your will. That is your starting disposition.
So, and is it greater than 4?
Yep.
So I gain that extra die, so it's 3d6 greater than 4. Get wrecked.
What is your will?
3, so it's 4.
So your starting disposition is 4.
That's not bad.
Yep, that's better than terrible, but not as good
It's
as could
literally 1 die more than weak.
be.
so-
Alright. He is on...
That's pretty fair though, because I probably want to believe his story anyways.
He has no skill. This measure.
Snap.
So he is just adding his will, which is 4. Excellent.
Oh my god. Oh. Cottontail finished the drawing.
Oh, we have a finished drawing?
We officially have a finished drawing.
Oh, we have friend Tux. I got it. I see. Man, he looks really snazzy.
That's really nice.
All right, I'm adding that to the fan art in the notes. For
Really nice.
I like to think of that as Tuxtradamus as a mouse form.
Heck yeah.
Gorgeous.
And that's he's not wearing a suit, that's his actual fur color.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
All right. We've picked our starting dispositions.
I love
Perfect.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Each of us will choose 3 actions, and because this is an argument, if you repeat yourself, you take -1 die on your test.
Oh yeah, make sure you do everything in character because that means you get an extra die.
I don't think that's true.
It is.
There's
Role-playing
a-
gives you an extra die.
Oh, is it for arguments?
Yep.
All right, excellent. And if you repeat yourself, you lose a die, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Blah blah blah. And I will be picking from the 3 cards that I get. I pick from the 4 skills: attack, defend, feint, and maneuver. In order to particular. And he's pretty terrible at all of these, to be quite
That's good.
honest.
Are you
So-
using the stat block of drunk mouse?
I'm gonna grab him and be like, "Who do you work for?"
Where are the drugs going?
Is it really love?
Where's the trigger?
Answer me. Is it love? Swear to me.
Oh, I hope not. So, do I actually have to draw these cards?
Yes. Can you guys see the cards?
Yeah.
I place mine face
Yeah.
down. You don't pick all the cards. Each of you will pick 1 card.
All right, I grabbed the first one.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about your strategy if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the strategy. So, as the leader of this negotiation here, here's what I'm gonna say. I want to dig right down to the truth, and then when he's gonna almost invariably he's going to lie to me the first time, I'd be like, give it to me straight. Why do you really want this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think I'm gonna try to make the point that he's drunk, and like clearly he's not thinking straight. This whole thing basically doesn't count because he's not even aware of what he's thinking. So I think I'm gonna try to feint and just keep pressing that he's drunk. So I think I'll go maybe second or third, or
Okay.
obviously second or third, but like maybe let's see. When would
I
he-
was going to defend that it's not a mouse guard problem.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's outside the scent border. It's like that sucks, man, but it's not like We all lost things in the Weasel War, right?
I'll go third with the
So
feint that he's drunk and he's not thinking clearly.
So then the second one would be that defend.
Being me.
Are you actually in the conflict?
As far as I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. No, you need to choose. What are you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't. You're defending right away, right? And then
No, I'm attacking.
You're attacking.
Would you rather attack?
No, I'm gonna maneuver for this guy to fuck up.
Just get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna maneuver
Get
myself
outta
into a
here.
better position to give him the jab and the old twig and berries.
Okay.
Are you just basically just complaining? Complaining that he's super annoying.
I did post that thing. I literally posted in chat, Riga.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. I'll post it again if it makes you feel better.
Persuade, right?
Oh, I was posting the wrong one. Holy shit.
I'm gonna use.
Wow.
By the way, can I invoke a trait for this?
We'll talk it out in the roleplay,
Okay.
right?
Sure.
And you'll
Yeah.
have
Let's talk
to,
about
you'll
it.
have to show that you've used the trait.
Okay.
Yep, Cotton's is fucking amazing as well. I was looking at the complete wrong one.
Oh.
Holy smoke.
They're all awesome.
Look at that little medicine bag.
I know.
Attention to detail.
Oh, look at Vera. Holy
Look-
crap.
look
Look
at
at all
that
three of
hook.
us. It's so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love the giant bow on Flo.
Yeah.
The fish.
Cranberry is just like
love
what?
the
Again,
fish hook.
amazing.
I love the fish hook. That's so awesome.
I know. Look at Cranberry's face like, what? What up? What's up?
What's
What
up?
you gonna do?
That's right. I'm
It's-
something that
it's
doesn't
pretty good.
exist. I'm a myth. I'm a legend, baby. All right. So I've consulted the arcane text. He can use his nature or half his will in order to substitute for skills he doesn't have. So he actually does get to roll for Persuader. Right? Yes.
Yes.
Except he doesn't get anything towards 3d6 greater than 4. And so his disposition is actually 6.
Okay.
Cheater.
GG boys.
You know what's funny is that I think when Luke arrogantly wrote for this part, I'm using part of a sample mission. He was like, undoubtedly they will crush him, but are we ready?
Undoubtedly they will
Who am I
crush him.
facing off with first?
Me.
All right, let's reveal our cards. For some reason, I can't flip mine over.
All of
The
us.
right,
Attack.
right click.
No, just the first
No.
one. Attack versus attack.
Oops.
Yeah.
Attack.
Which means we are making
Versus.
versus test.
Yep.
Attack is independent, not versus. We're each going to be hitting each other.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My bad. My bad.
So let's role play it out. I'll give you. I mean, you're the one initiating this part of the conversation, right, Cranberry? So. Go
So
ahead.
tell me. How did this marriage come about? This marriage proposal.
What is it your business how this marriage came about? Let me tell you something, young mouse. When a man and a woman get together and they help their father-in-law get a nice, sweet house and he doesn't have to live in the street anymore, isn't that what matters? Shouldn't you be guarding my health, young mouse? Shouldn't you be helping me? Isn't that what you do?
We help whenever we can. However, we've all lost things in the war. That can't always be reclaimed. First and foremost, our duty is to the existing territories, and if something had happened outside of it, that may not be outside of our jurisdiction. There is one thing that's always in our jurisdiction, and that is true love. And it doesn't seem like this marriage proposal was.
Can you tell me where in the code of the mouse guard they talk about true love?
It's written everywhere in the hearts of mice.
I feel like this is the time to roll.
All right.
Is anyone aiding you? They can. They can aid you on this.
Right.
Can I counter
Only
aid?
once. They can only aid one person once.
Can I aid him?
Yeah.
Because that's definitely not in the mouse code. Because I have that shit.
Oh, you can't aid someone on the other side.
Oh, I know it's
No,
not.
I'm just messing. I want him.
I know it's not in the
Yeah.
mouse.
Oh,
I didn't know it's
are
not in
you-
the code. It's in my
I'm sorry,
code.
Flo, are you aiding Cranberry because you know it's a lie?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I feel like that's something you would
Oh,
instinctually
no.
do.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a case that it's not. I know it's not in the code, but it's in my code.
Do you
Right.
have a trait you wanted to call on?
I was gonna say I'm extroverted, but I'm not really feeling that really counts here. So never mind.
I'm willing to give it to you just because you were very
No,
exuberant.
can I take that back a little bit? I want to modify my trait. I want to use inquisitive because I'm actually trying to find out
Yep.
really what's going on.
Okay.
You're using
I'm gonna help.
inquisitive for yourself?
Yeah, I'm using
Alright,
inquisitive
mark it
to
down.
be like, yo, give me the real scoop here. What's going on?
Okay. So like when they start getting they kind of start going on like well, Cranberry is like, it's beyond the scent border. That's not our territory. Kind of at that point, I'm like, yes, that I'm gonna basically go in like on a tirade about the scent border and like the scientific aspect of it.
What are you aiding with?
Scientist.
Okay, and
Like how, and basically saying how it's like what the scent border is and why it's dangerous to go beyond it.
of course, yeah,
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. Flo, how are you aiding?
By being there? No, I don't know. I have no clue.
Well, I mean, I assume perhaps
You have
use
manipulator,
your
man.
Manipulator to your advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, yeah, keep, mouse code and shit.
Okay, yeah, you just try to reinforce
It's the most
that.
sarcastic aid ever.
Okay,
Love is definitely in the code.
No, yeah, I know it. I had to read it twice.
all right.
Got it right here.
Make your
Love
test.
love is the language that the code was written in.
Go ahead and make your test.
So that's 3d6 for me.
And do you have the aid from your fellows as well?
Oh, so I could roll an extra die.
Yep.
Extra 2, right?
Oh, crushed. Oh,
Or-
shit.
Damn.
One more success.
So 3 successes. Oh, man, the stakes here are terrible for him now. All right. Shall we reveal the next set of cards? Who am I going against now?
Yeah, Spark.
Okay.
Flow.
Flo, I'm maneuvering against you.
Damn. At least take me out to dinner first, Arthur. Flo looks at the drunk man and I go, maybe this idea should wait until the morning. If you left off right now, you might not actually be able to even find your shoes.
Wait, reveal your card. We need to know what's happening here.
I mean, I'm maneuvering.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're maneuvering versus maneuvering, which is independent tests. We each just make our own. So you're like, if you wait until the morning.
Basically, alluding to his drunkenness, right?
So he's like,
Right.
It is the morning. It is the morning. Don't worry. We'll get there. My young mouse, let me tell you, it's very great adventuring out here. Have you ever been beyond the scent border? Really fantastic. Just think of all the things you could say to all of your
Look,
friends back in Lockhaven.
Old man, I've actually
Very
been
brave
beyond the
young
scent border
woman,
twice.
you know.
I don't need you to
Just-
tell me
What a
what's out
jaunty
there.
ribbon. You know, my daughter has one like that.
I
Just
mean, your
tangents
shoes
going
aren't
off in
even
both
tied.
directions.
Your right shoe is actually hanging out in the road over there. I don't know what you stepped in, but you're actually barefoot right now, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's it. Do you have a trait you want to call on either for or against yourself here?
Cunning.
Okay, you want to call that as...
Or clever, because I still like the differences.
You're adding it to your roll?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Baller.
How many dice are you rolling?
What am I rolling in total?
An excellent question. We do that by calling up the conflict skill chart. As you can see, you can roll Persuader or Manipulator, and it sounded like you were trying to manipulate him pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I add 4 plus 1 for role playing, plus 1 for cunning.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, shit, I forgot about the role-playing die. I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
No.
It would have been yeah.
Yeah, you take a hit, and then Eric, do you need to roll a role-playing die against me?
Oh yeah, I do. Okay.
Let's do it. I just
Boom.
want to make sure you guys get blooded.
That's reasonable.
Okay.
All right.
Damn.
That's gonna knock him out, and he is rolling 46, greater than 4. Can
Wow.
I take you
great.
out with him? Oh no, it's so close though. I'm curious as to what the final card was. If you want to reveal it, my final card was attack.
Oh crap! Good. Mine was a feint.
Oh wow, you would have been destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check what happens. You win the conflict, but you need to make some extremely serious concessions.
Maybe it's that like we like say like, okay, well, how about we take you back to where you are, and we tell him what we'll look into it, but like, it's definitely not a promise.
Flo definitely wants to be like, yeah, why don't you start there? We'll catch up. We'll definitely catch up.
No.
That's not really
Doesn't
This
do
guy
we
would
do we
chug
say the
you
concession or do
like
you
a
say the
guy.
concession?
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have a twist where something else is introduced, or would you rather be given conditions or getting so close to being
Conditions.
knocked out? You want conditions? Is
Yeah,
everybody in
I would be
agreement?
angry. I'd be angry with this guy.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you, but I'm just like, be truthful with me here. Why do you want this so bad? Oh, it's because you want your house back. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you're the captain, so I think you kind of have the final call on it.
Yeah, I'd rather get statuses from this.
Okay. I think that
I'd
as
feel
a
really bad
result
about
of this, yeah, I think Cranberry's going to end up angry, and that Flo and Vera are both going to be hungry, thirsty.
Oh yeah, we just been walking for so long. We're
Yeah,
just like,
because you've been talking for so long, you basically miss breakfast here, and you don't have time to like go do that stuff. You got to deliver the mail and go home.
Wait, so I got thirsty,
Hungry, thirsty, yes.
hungry, hungry, thirsty. It's one thing.
Yep, it is one condition in itself. And
Well,
so
that was
in
the right
role
mess.
playing, he needs to concede to it, so he says, "Fine. You want to know why? It's because I'm trying to have a good life. I don't care whether the girl is in love or not. I've been encouraging her. And it's important to this young man that he be in love with her and that she be in love with him. And maybe they could grow close one day. I feel like there's an affection on both sides, certainly. Fine, I'll do it myself. Good day to you, Mouse Guard. I said good day to you, young ribboned mouse." And he goes drunk
I want
to pick up his right shoe, which, as Flo has told us, is in the street, and begins pulling his saber out. And it's like the cutest little saber you've ever seen.
God,
It's got a nice bell
I
guard
can't-
that's like a thimble, and he's like, "Good day to you."
I can't let him go.
wandering.
I can't let him
yeah,
go.
definitely. I'm not just gonna let him leave.
No, I mean, we're not going to adventure with him, and we're going to like restrain him from going.
Okay, so
Right.
yeah, it won't take much. He's tired, angry,
Okay, yeah.
drunk.
No. Hold up.
Whoa, yeah.
Hold up. And yeah, we Vera and Cranberry flank. And
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
What are you doing? Get your hands off of me, young lady, young man.
You're not going to the scent border.
It's that way. And he points toward Dorgriff to the north. I'm going that direction, and I won't come back until I cross the scent border.
And I come up and I like pat him on the back.
You've had too
He'll be
much.
fine. Even if he'll go that way, it'll be fine. Let's go.
Come
I'm
on, no,
thirsty.
you've had far too much to drink. Come on.
He
let's-
won't be
let's go.
fine. He'll be dead.
Let's go
Speaking
find
of
you a
something to
bed.
drink, I'm
There's
very
nothing
thirsty.
but death waiting for you outside that scent border.
He pointed to Dorgriff. You serious? He's not going to hurt anything.
We're not
In
making
any
it
direction he goes
Dorgriff's-
in, he's not going to survive the trip.
We're
He'll
not.
wake up. He'll wake up. You'll wake up in a more.
We're not making this man Dorgriff's problem.
I mean, he's his own problem, really. Besides,
Yeah.
the people at Dorgriff were kind of jerks. We
Old
already
man, where
stated
do you
that.
where
That
do you
was
live?
canon in session part 1.
So yeah, you can guide him back to his house.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
I live in
turn him around and just kind of keep pushing him.
I live beneath the air cornery over there.
Okay, come on, come.
Or is
Well,
it
let's
over
go.
there?
I'll get your beds ready for you. Come on, let's go.
You're not my daughter? Get your hands off me, ruffians.
It's okay.
So, you have completed your mission, and the player turn now begins. Each of you gets a free check
I didn't
on
use
top
any.
of any checks that you have earned during this adventure.
I should have used a trade against myself. I didn't.
Let's look over some sheets here. It looks like, I believe Flo used a trait for themselves. They used either cunning or clever. You used rational, didn't you? Oh, you
Yeah, I used it. I used it
You
for
have
myself
use
to get a die.
yeah,
I
you
didn't
have
use
to
it against myself.
you.
Yeah.
Flo used one against himself, right?
I used
Mhm.
weather sense.
Yeah, you used weather
Yeah.
sense against yourself, so you have an extra check.
Nice.
Weather watch.
Yep.
I used
feel like
inquisitive for
I feel
myself.
like open groundwise probably could have been used against yourself during the pathfinding parts, but
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot.
yeah. I mean, it was early in the session. It wasn't time to just be like, I'm gonna start making check. I'm Andrew, aka Commuting Crow. I'm gonna make checks against myself all
Yeah.
day long.
He's good at that.
Yeah.
He makes it
Um,
rain. Okay, so
Yeah, so,
each of you can use up your free check plus each extra check you have to recover from conditions, or find whatever you want, or go on an adventure with Martin. So, what do you want to do?
Do I hear? Since Flo also has hungry thirsty, do I hear her stomach growl or anything?
Sure.
All right, yeah. So I hear that. Like, look down. Come on, young one. Let's go get some food.
Finally! Holy cow!
Yeah, and I could use a drink.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
All right,
what
and then-
the tavern of Gift Lodge is like. As I
Yep,
as
that'll
I
be a
go
good
look
place.
forward.
That'll be a good place to get something.
I wonder what it's like. So it's still doing a booming business even at this time of day. In the crack of morning, there's many drunken mice simply laying about, not even in chairs or stools, just sitting near the fire and absorbing the warmth as elderly mouse, gray in fur and tiniest little spectacles that don't even cover his whole eyes, just like little Benjamin Franklin glasses.
Oh, nice.
Fucking
Coming
cute.
around and sweeping and just like, oh, Gil, you need to get out of the way. You're blocking the light for the young man in the corner who's reading. Bard, stop playing that infernal racket. Can't you see everyone's trying to sleep? Oh, guard mice, I see you by the nature of your cloaks. Is there something I can get you? Perhaps some honey mead? Seems a bit early in the morning for you to begin drinking, but such is the way of things here.
Yes, we could.
Yeah.
We could use some food and drink. We've been traveling for quite some time.
I see.
Brought the mail.
And dealt with some unforeseen obstacles.
Oh, did you?
Flo, you seem to be speaking without saying anything.
Right. Son of a bitch. Sorry, that was all in my head. Speaking of, it might be partly your responsibility for setting loose man upon the road with probably far too much to drink.
Well, unfortunately, as I have told the governor many times, I'm not responsible for the nature of the patrons after they leave my bar. I do my best to make sure that they aren't terribly drunk or bothersome or a danger to themselves. We only serve good, clean ale here. Good quality as well.
Definitely, it is against the, it's against the Mouse Guard code and as well as mouse nature to
Young
overly serve
woman.
one single mouse way too much alcohol.
Shouldn't
Beverage.
you know the Mouse Guard has no authority within the territories, only in the wilderness. Gil Pledge is a mouse's mouse area. We operate with our own laws. And he starts brushing around your feet, kind of like trying to shoo you off. I would have thought a young tenderpaw like yourself would know this already. I can see why you haven't earned your cloak despite your advanced age.
You
I
would
like-
think this would be some metagame knowledge I would have. Yes, I agree. Let me go sleep. And I plop down into
Okay.
a chair, and I'm just like,
So you want to remove your tired condition?
yeah.
Okay. You can get a good night's rest from the generosity of a friend, a parent, Gwendolyn, or through a resource test for a night at the inn.
Well, that's a
Resource test. Yeah.
I'm
Okay, so it's
Kind
an
of already
OP2
there.
resource test.
yeah.
If you want to rest by just plopping down in the middle of the inn without paying for anything, it's an OB3 health test.
Okay.
Which one would you like to attempt?
The OB3 health test.
Okay.
Can I
are
assist?
there-
Can I assist by realizing my the faux pas and pay for the room for her?
Yeah, I mean, if you are willing to put yourself at risk of what could happen here, sure.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think-
looking after her.
Actually, I don't think you can get conditions when you're trying to relieve conditions. I think you just fail at stuff, right? Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm trying
This
to do.
isn't like Burning Wheel,
Basic-
where you can get worse at resources by failing at it.
Right.
Uh,
so what I'm
So, yeah, make your resource test. You have OB2, and you have a bonus die.
Do I get another bonus die for role playing that as well?
No.
Or is
that's
that only
during conflict?
It's only
during that.
conflicts.
Okay. There it is.
You have a resource of 7?
I thought it was health.
Oh, you were making the health check. So you're literally not paying for anything. You're literally just falling over and being like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you wake up in the middle of the night, you're going to feel great. So maybe
always
Cranberry like pays the innkeeper a little bit of money to like not shoo Flo out in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Maybe like give
listen,
a blanket to cover them
yeah.
or something.
No, know what happens? If you don't mind,
Go ahead.
I probably just negotiate with the barkeeper and be like, listen, we've been traveling for a while, and listen, she's a tender paw. I think she's a little exhausted. She might be getting a little sick from our trip, and I'm kind of just like, let her sleep. I'll cover any expense from her, and I give her my cloak for her to sleep with. Right.
Like
Keep
little
it warm.
foot twitching.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cover her with my cloak.
I'm just sprawled over like both armrests of the chair, just out.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, you're just like super just like
Yeah, it's mine.
yeah.
Would anyone like to make another test? Cause
Yeah, kind of after that whole ordeal, like, could you bring out some of that meat and perhaps a meal as well?
Well, I certainly could. Do you have the coin?
Absolutely.
We both do. I would actually like to do this as well with Vera, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So
Like,
Vera
doing
goes
your
first,
own.
and then I'll go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
doing your own test. Yeah.
It's an OB1 resources test if you're both just going to try to make resources. Otherwise, you can use harvester, cook, brewer, or baker. But describe to me how you're doing. If it sounds like you're both just going forward and being like, dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh no. Then what I'm gonna actually do is I want to kind of invoke my backstory a little bit and be like, so I grew up in an inn. Listen,
did you
you know, listen, I'm from Ivydale, or I'm from I forget whatever, and
Of course.
you know, I'm from Science Land, whatever that is. And,
Spruce duck.
I see.
First
You've
up.
managed to change your story 3 times. Young
Now who's the liar?
I've traveled a lot as a kid.
I see.
So I'm familiar with the inn. If you want, I can actually afterwards help clean up.
Well, I could certainly use some help in the kitchen around this time. You know, prepare for the midday rush.
Of course, and I'll be sure to clean stuff if you'd let us. If you let us just appreciate your hospitality. You've been such a kind innkeeper so far.
Which skill do you want to use?
Haggler?
Um.
I'm negotiating.
Oh yeah.
It's not one of the
Negotiating-
skills you can use to do this particular thing.
It's not. It's under negotiation. Is use Haggler's skill. Oh, I guess that's for combat.
Yeah.
For
It's
helping, I
harvest-
think
I
that's
don't want to
one of
make
those-
this a
brewer,
conflict.
baker resources.
Or no, he's not helping. He's just
Oh, Then I guess, I mean, they're all the same resources, I guess.
Okay. All right. Vera, you're just straight up paying.
Yeah,
Pull your
also
little,
yeah,
your
just
little
resources.
pieces of metal out of your little purses.
Yeah, the little iron pieces or whatever.
You're just doing ob one. So make sure to mark your
Oh no. Shit.
Too late. You failed.
Fuck.
You're still hungry and thirsty. So yeah, you go to pay the bartender, and he looks over your paltry amount of coin and says, "I'm sorry, this won't be any good here. I'm afraid your Calogeno coin is, well, we don't take that sort of crab money here."
Can I assist him here? Can I like bail him out?
Not
with
after
a roll.
the roll.
Oh, okay.
You could give him one of your checks if you had another one.
I do.
You have a second check?
I have 2 successes.
Oh no,
can you
a
give
check.
a success?
A check that you earned during the GM
Yeah,
turn.
you can give him a check. Like
Not a
you can't
success.
give him a success.
No, you only get checks when you use traits against yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's super good.
Fuck.
No, sorry.
It's amazing. It's really good because it encourages you to get wrecked.
Am I allowed? You can only earn tests during the GM turn, right?
That's true. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess using on my. Okay. I'll still roleplay it out
Alright.
anyways. But like I kind of just like stand there and just like give him a glare and then just put it back in my hand like, of course. Good day, sir.
I'm sorry. You have to understand, young woman, that I have a business to run here.
I turn and I grab the bag that
Of mail?
the flow just dropped next to the chair, and I just leave the tavern to go disperse it.
Amazing. Yeah, so I think maybe as like you're leaving, people are like flooding towards you and flocking, almost like birds to come get the mail. And as you turn back, you see the tavern door closing, and Cranberry's getting like a huge mug of something, and like a big hock of some sort of meat substance with a bunch of like grass wrap around it.
Yeah, I'm
It
just
looks absolutely
Motherfucker.
delicious. Totally seasoned.
Is there a way can I like sacrifice my success to give this to?
I know you're trying, but you can't.
I know. Okay.
You're like,
Oh.
is there some way I could do this?
I just want to feed her.
I would rather be the one who takes the shit than Vera. Is
Me
what-
too.
is
That's
what
the
I want.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm
fine.
glad that you're getting it, but I'm just acting grumpy because I'm
Yeah.
fucking hungry.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just gonna go do this mail thing.
So Flo, I think you have another check left. Is there something you'd like to do?
Flo wants to eat. Flo's gonna wake up from the chair.
She's also hungry.
Eventually.
Young lady, are you quite all right? Your friends have been doting over you every few hours, making sure you're still warm and comfortable.
That's weird.
You know, for someone who came in here talking very ill things about my patrons walking in the streets drunk, you just walked into my inn and fell asleep on my hearth.
Yes, but I'm not going to harm anybody, am I?
I suppose that's true.
Yeah. The two friends that I come with could have very well died over in Walnut Creek.
Oh, that would be very, very bad.
Well, which
Peck,
would
you
have
say.
then, in turn, come back to you. Because you serve the guy alcohol. But, that's none of my business. I get up and start poking behind the bar. Like, looking for food.
I'm sorry, is there something you're trying to do here?
Oh, yes, you, chestnuts.
You want to roast them on an open fire? Well, I think we might
No, who does
something
that?
under
That's-
the winter stock.
That's the worst sounding thing I've ever heard in my life. You do that here.
Yes, I assume you have coin.
No, I don't.
So, what skill do you want to use then to acquire chestnuts?
Manipulator.
All
All
so
day,
if
every
you're
day.
going to try to relieve your hungry or thirsty condition, you can test harvester, cook, brewer, baker, or resources. You're not going to be able to manipulate this guy into giving you a whole meal for no money.
I'm trying to think of how that would even apply. Like, how would those come from this conversation at all? Doesn't make any sense to me because I have none.
I mean, you have resources.
I guess,
but
yeah.
those other skills could be offering to help him around the kitchen or acquire goods in exchange for goods or services in exchange for a meal.
What are they? Harvester, cooking?
Harvester, cook, brewer, baker, or resources.
Yeah, I definitely don't have any of those.
You definitely have resources. Everyone has resources.
Just resources.
Yeah, I have resources, which is what just like
bling? I mean, come on, you're supposed to be from a really rich family, right? You gonna drop that coin?
I have a chestnut or money.
Yeah, you want to roll it?
Eric can help you too, right?
A little tiny.
Eric actually already helped before. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Vera can help.
You're not even in the scene though. You're off.
But this is a time later. Remember? Flo had to sleep.
Actually, yeah. I like this. Okay, so I guess if you want to do a little scene, so like maybe like the last person I'm delivering the mail to, was going to go into the tavern or something, and I like look and see like I look and see Flo and the barkeep like arguing or something like that, and I'm just like handing him like this package.
Well, thank you.
Yes, of course. If you don't mind, my friend over there, I'm not sure if she has enough money to pay for food. If you wouldn't mind, could you perhaps help her out?
So he's just like, well, I suppose that'd be terribly untoward to me. My father was a guard mouse. Here, let me give you a few coins to go help that young woman out.
Thank you.
I'm sure the gesture will be more appreciated from you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's how I'm helping with my resources.
He pats you on your shoulder and passes you discreetly, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps like swishing it into your cape, so no one can see he's giving you like money directly, and then wanders off with his package, and he's just like, "Oh yes, chocolate cheesecake."
Awesome. Oh yeah, so like I go up with this like other like
always legal tender.
So I walk up with the coin that's actually from this city. I just kind of like sit out on the bar, and then I just knock, and then point at it, and then point to Flo, and then turn around and leave.
All right, Flo, you can make a resources test, and you get +1 die from your bud.
Personally, against this resource test, but for the sake of the game, I'll do it. I don't see why I can't manipulate the guy into giving me free food.
Because Luke Crane wrote it that way, my friend. Probably so someone couldn't do exactly what you're doing. Trying to get something for nothing constantly.
Or play their character in a way that they want to, yes. Damn. So what am I rolling?
Resources +1. I believe you have a resources of
I have a resource of 1.
So you need to roll 2 dice, and you're looking to get 1 success. Remember, you can spend, I think it's Persona to get an extra die forward on this test if you wanted to.
What does that even mean?
You have a Persona point. If you want to spend it, you can give yourself +1 to the test.
What's a Persona point?
In the top right.
Yeah, I see it. It says 1, but what is it?
It's a point that you can spend.
It's basically this game's version of rewards.
Yeah.
Do I ever get it back?
Stuff. Yeah.
You earn more.
Well,
all right,
it's possible you'll get 1 back.
Let's do it.
Okay, so roll 3d6.
Shit.
Nope, son of a...
So he looks at your coins, Flo, and he's just like, this is rather unconventional currency here. I'm afraid we just don't have enough food to satisfy you, but here, you can have a little bit of milk and a little bit of bread. Perhaps that'll get you back to Lockhaven.
I didn't need your money. I didn't need your food anyway, old man. And I just swipe for my mouse gold back.
This makes me feel super bad and weird. Because it's like, I'm eating and all my friends are like...
You're eating nice warm food.
I probably I would offer it to my friends, right? Like I just
right, yeah, like you can offer some, but it's not enough to get rid of the fact that
you split it. It's not enough to do exactly right. Like
it's mostly it's like a con check or something where it's enough for you, but it's not enough for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
we're all like splitting or whatever. I'm still hungry.
Yep.
So,
This place sucks.
Let's talk about things that happened during this session because we're actually at the end here.
Oh snap!
Let's talk about goals. Did everyone accomplish a goal?
Heck yeah.
Maybe did harm come to my pupil?
I think harm did come to your pupil. Your pupil had some pretty serious conditions there. Tired and angry.
That's not harm though.
Tired and hungry.
You're not.
Okay, let me ask you a question. In what way did you prevent harm from coming to your pupil?
Ah, shit.
I mean, if you can't just
have Game Master.
Yeah, you can't have a belief that's like the rain will not fall on me, and then if there's no rain.
Yeah. Well played.
Vera, I ask you the same question.
I reached Guild Pledge with my group.
That's true. How did you make that happen?
Friendship.
I made friendship. I helped lead the party. I kept us safe during the night. So, yeah, I guess I was the leader, and I helped. My whole thing was getting them there alive. So,
we all agree with this?
Yeah, and then for tests that I made, I did the survivalist test to make sure we got through the nights all right.
Okay, take a persona point.
I should have been warned that my goal was awful. It's impossible. I would have been yelling at Swarg the entire night to not roll anything.
What the shit, bro?
I mean, I told you your goal was good. I just said you'd have to find a way to accomplish it, right? Like,
yeah. So,
then goal is Fate or Persona?
That's fine.
It is a Persona.
Okay, cool.
Flo, your goal was to make a journey exciting. Do you feel you did that?
Yeah, because we skipped over 99% of the journey, but we missed the in the beginning section where we all went to Disneyland.
Let's talk about the part we did see. Did you make that exciting?
Yeah.
The journey was over at that point, so it's not applicable.
What?
No,
I would still say yes because you continually were just like, I'm gonna lead the party, yay! And then you failed, and then you were like, I'm gonna check the weather tomorrow, and you were like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I actively went towards my goal on one occasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tux, Eric, do you agree with this?
I agree.
All right. Take a Persona point.
Yeah, I think the weather watching stuff where she was just like, no, I don't care, it's raining, whatever, and it just was wrong, and we had to go through the rain. Was
Did any of you play against a belief? I don't think any of you did.
No.
No, we didn't have any. I didn't have any mortal issues.
Yeah. No one went against that. We need to talk about who was the MVP. Who was the most valuable player? Or I would say the most valuable mouse. I want to kind of open this up to chat as well.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I like to know what chat thought.
We'll make a decision as a group here, and then we'll see if chat agrees.
So I guess like MVP is supposed to be like the one role that got us through the session, right?
Is the player who made the crucial contribution so the patrol could complete the mission.
I think Swarg won the contest like for us. He delivered the coup de grace.
Yeah, but you were the leader of the coup de grace.
Yeah.
I set it up, but you followed through. I don't know. Like that's like I don't know who gets more credit. I don't know.
Right,
yeah, it's such a weird. It's such a weird.
It was so short, but I think we agree that it's not Adam.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I think it should be Swarg.
I think it should be Bulgaria.
That's because you can't nominate yourself.
I want to say the session wasn't actually that short. We had 2 hours of. It was an average length.
Do a straw poll between.
It's shorter than what we're used to.
The dose of us.
I think you should be. I think you should be. I don't know. What are the other contests?
The other contests are workhorse and embodiment. Workhorse is sometimes one player carries the group through a lot of tough stuff. His character has all the right skills and he makes all the rolls to keep things moving. Workhorse is for him. Embodiment is the reward for the player who best embodied his or her character's condition during the game. Were they convincingly hungry, angry, or tired? It's also for the player who used their traits against or for in the most compelling manner.
Yeah. Swarg for embodiment for sure. I don't know.
Give Eric.
I think Vera
MVP.
got him. Yeah, and give
Oh, what was the other one?
Workhorse.
Workhorse is for
Workhorse
who had all
is
the
Vera.
skills.
That's actually, it probably is Vera. Vera actually did like the most things.
Yeah, and she was
So
the one who
like,
actually
went
set
around.
up and started initiating camp and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Cool.
All right, Vera, get a persona point. It looks like MVP is edging towards Flo. Would everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And who's taking embodiment?
I think that'll also be Flo.
Okay. Does everyone agree?
I mean, Flo's the only one who invoked a trait against himself.
But it's also about living your conditions. So, like, when you were tired, being like, oh, God, whatever. I
She
actually
did
feel
that.
like,
Yeah, Flo did that pretty well
I felt
too.
like Flo did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so embodiment gets it can be awarded to more than one player, but not to everyone. And it is a persona point.
Cool.
Wait, MVP, did that get anything?
That was a persona.
Yep.
Yeah, you get persona.
All the personas.
How do you earn fate again? I feel like that's an important.
Is that for the belief?
That might be. If you play,
I think that's for the belief.
I feel like Cranberry definitely played to their belief.
What?
Yeah, don't be too eager to deal out death and judgment. Cranberry was kind of like, hey, whoa, calm down, Flo. I got some things to tell you. Don't judge too much.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen, Flo.
Oh, that's true. I did.
I mean, it happened early in the session. I also
Yeah.
feel like you did something kind of against that when you started judging that guy pretty hard.
Well, only after he revealed that he wasn't being truthful.
There
are three
point
ways
if you completed your belief.
Yeah, acting on your belief earns you a fate point. Once per session. Working towards a goal adds you a fate point, and playing an instinct adds you a fate point.
Yeah. So I think
Cool.
that Cranberry and Flo both played out their instincts as well, pretty hard. I felt like Cranberry always talked this out, and Flo always lie. Both really happened.
Yeah.
Would everyone agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
And what does that give us?
That I think that's fate, right?
Okay.
End of session. Yep, I think if you get belief, goal, or instinct, you all get fate for those, and you get persona for the voting.
Oh, you get fate for goal?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Then I got a fate and a persona then. Okay, so 2 fate and 2 persona. Yeah, I don't think I did my instinct because my instinct was stand between
I
the
didn't
threat
think
and
you
my
did
fellow
your
guard
instinct
mice.
either.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Accomplishing a goal is a persona.
Okay.
Belief and instinct are fate,
Gotcha.
I believe. Do you guys mind if we go a couple extra minutes here, talk about how we felt this session went, talk about how we like the system,
Absolutely.
and then wrap up?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Cool.
So
Talk about it.
So I guess right off the bat, the system is complicated because it's Loot Crane Burning Wheel.
Yep.
But
I think it's I want to hear your keep going.
It's weird because it's like complicated and we like obviously it's like a once you learn it you'll know it thing, but like I felt like things definitely made sense and fit together well, but there were a few moments we had like where it was like, why can't I use manipulator to trick this guy?
I agree with it. I think it's actively, like, as a veteran-ish role player, right? I think it's actively very tricky for me to find like reasons to role play this out, like the conflict in particular, especially the RP conflict. Like, what is the maneuver here to flow after Eric said this, right?
Exactly.
That's hard.
For me, it's a little too gamey for that in that regard. I had the same issue with Shooting the Moon, where it felt like you're trying to, you feel like you get pigeonholed as a player, being like, oh, well, I guess I have to use persuasion, even though I wanted to haggle with this guy. And maybe he's like, oh, we'll do this under these circumstances, or like we could, I don't know, it just didn't, it felt like there's so much like game.
I think it's too strict almost.
Yeah, like it's exactly, it felt like rules to a game, like it's too strict to it doesn't encourage enough role playing, I guess.
And it's not even necessarily role playing that it encourages. It's more like lack of like leeway.
Yeah.
Whereas in D&D you could say like tons of it. There's all the leeway that you want in D&D. Yeah. But in this, it seems very little, and you would have to really fight with the game itself to allow that leeway.
Yeah, because the interpretive layer of like fiction to rules happens on the player side of the spectrum instead of the GM interpreting the fiction.
Right.
Right. Like that happens. So like in Luke Crane's game, it's the player who decides what the role is going to be for sure. My big concern is, I think this game would be better if we played it more before. Like once the rules start bleeding away. I think Luke Crane as a designer, like his games suffer from this in a way that they all kind of like, it's hard to get out of this sort of I have to learn the mechanics and it feels chunky, because once you do though, I bet you it does kind of fade away, but it does make a game very, very predictable. Like it makes the game feel very, very like, yeah, when you negotiate, you're gonna use your persuade all the time. Or like you're going to, like, exactly what skill you're going to use, and you need to be gaming it for that thing.
And one other thing that I noticed too is like when it punishes you, the game itself punishes you. So as a role player, like it was really weird for me to punish myself because I felt like I was just getting worse. Like when I knew it was a gamble. I was like, when I put the mail over the head, I was like waiting for Arthur to just burn me on it. Okay, the mail's fucked, you all lose. Right, like that's why I was just waiting. As soon as I knew, but I already knew that the game itself would already fuck me for certain things on other sides, and I was like, well, do I really want to hamper or give Arthur another bullet to shoot us with? And I was like, well, it's a role play thing that Flo would do, and I decided to just do it.
I agree with Eric that I think like if we play this again or like whatever, like, and we know the rules better, it'll flow better, because like obviously referring back to the Roll20 stuff, like watching them play through it, they've already, like, Adam's already done this a bunch, so like it seems to flow very, very easily when you know how everything's supposed to fit together.
Yeah. But when it flows, it will flow in a way that's very indicative of the comics. It would flow in a way that's very indicative of like a story from Mousekind. So like you don't get to do a lot of creative things. It does kind of pigeonhole you into these certain things.
Yeah, that's true.
Which isn't necessarily bad, because it's just a game that tells us a very specific type of story. It's a story about Mousekind people, right? And that's what I'm trying to say, is that the game ends up doing...
I guess that's kind of part of it, is like, it's about tales of the Mousekind,
right?
And certain people aren't in the Mousekind. Like, that's almost why I feel like you can't manipulate to trick him into getting rid of your hungry or thirsty, because like a Mousekind wouldn't do that, almost, like...
Yeah. Exactly, right? I think the game's made it in a way that it's supposed to play... I don't know. I'm having a hard time trying to phrase what I want to say, but yeah, the game fixes you in a way that you have to play sort of like a good guy, or like you sort of have to do things in a way that's very like noble or within the rules. But that makes sense. That you are a Mousekind.
You have to create a character that fits into the fiction.
Yeah. Right.
And there's still freedom within that, but it can be restrictive, because it's like, okay, well, a bad person wouldn't be in the Mousekind, so I can't be a guy that's like evil, or I can't be a guy that's selfish, like, or something like that. Kind of. It's I don't know. It's a little weird.
You can't do it too
that's
much
not a flaw. I don't think.
actually.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily a flaw with the game.
Right. Definitely. Yeah.
Right. It's like it's a game that in anything it's a strength, because it's the game. It's a game that it knows what it is.
Right. Definitely.
And it's not trying to be like.
And it's doing what it is well. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Definitely.
You just have to. It's not as open.
Yeah.
As we would.
And in a one shot, you're always kind of like poking and prodding sometimes at boundaries.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're trying to feel out the space that you're in.
Right. I mean, it's like
you're trying to define the edges of your cage. Right. Like that's what it feels like when you're playing a role playing game.
I get that. Yeah, that totally makes sense. That it playing the game and with the way the rules kind of direct you, because it like the very first part of the book says this is a game about the comics. This is a game about telling the same stories as are in the comics, except you decide what happens. So like it does make sense why it's directing in that way. So it's hard to say that it's. I like it. I definitely think it's a good game for what it's trying to do.
So Arthur, please.
Yeah, as
this
GM,
is
definitely.
Twitch.tv/APGamingREAL, everybody. What do you think
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The prep was learning the rules took time, and I didn't think I was ready, but I was actually more ready than I thought I was. The prep for the night's mission, which with character creation was about 2 hours, but I picked the simplest one that there was literally 2 rolls. That's all there was the weather and convincing Martin. That was it. And the entire story sprung up from there. And probably my favorite part was the scene where you guys hung out for the night, the mailbag over the head, the conversation between Cranberry and Flo, and then Vera sitting back and just carefully calculating and keeping everybody alive, and then limping into Guild Pledge with some measure of honor and respect, and being accosted by drunks. I think the story for me, if you take out all of the, I want to use this to do it, I want to haggle and not do it, or I want to use manipulate and do it, and you literally just look at the story. If you just remove all the extra talking, the story was a Mousekind story. You literally yo, we showed up, we got rained on, we had a cool thing at night, then we convinced some guy to not do something crazy, and then some of us just didn't have the money to have a meal, and Cranberry felt really bad afterwards, eating her warm beetle meat wrapped in bay leaf.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, actually. I enjoyed it a lot. And I've always been, if you've been watching the Star Wars Edge of the Empire stream I do with Swarg on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Swargula, hosting me.
at twitch.tv/APGamingREAL.
Listen, he's been shouting me out. Sometimes when I do something, Swargula will just be like, "What's that? Twitch.tv/APGamingREAL?" And I'm like, okay, I guess he's shouting me out on my own channel. So I felt like I would just be like, yeah, I'll awkwardly call out Swarg by saying the word host somewhere. I've been incorporating the votes from this game into that. Workhorse, embodiment, MVP. I mean, MVP was always a vote. But yeah, just those categories and doing 2 of them a week. And the people who get voted on get bonus XP within the Edge of the Empire system. So I was pretty familiar with that. Once we got over the awkwardness of like traits and skills and obstacles and put it all together, we told a really cool story. And the best indicator of me that it was a fantastic session wasn't just that there were a ton of people in chat just being like, "Oh my god, it's so cute, that innkeeper with his gray fur and the glasses!" But was the fan art. Like, it's just literally raining from the skies mid-session.
Yeah.
Yep.
And keep an eye out, because over the next week, I'm sure there'll be a couple more pieces as people watch it on YouTube and are like, "Oh shit, it's fan art time."
I guess.
Yeah, I definitely want to say that I had I really liked it, and I still had an amazing time.
Yeah.
I agree, man.
I
Thank you so much for running this.
That the system isn't as open, and I know Swarg preaches that D&D is the
I do
openest of
have
systems.
Dota headphones. That's right. Sorry.
But it is about telling the Mouseguardiest of Mouseguard stories. It's not about rolling across the apocalypse.
What I would really want would be a Mouse Guard campaign without the guard in it.
Ooh, that would be interesting. I mean,
like,
you could use the Mouse Guard rules to do that.
I would try and like me personally, if I was like, okay, look, we're just gonna fucking play Redwall using the Mouse Guard system. Like, let's just fucking go.
It sounds like I'm gonna be seeing that in a campaign.
So mine,
Probably
not.
I had this talk a while ago. I forget his name. I don't remember his name. But we were talking about a cyberpunk game and how Mouse Guard would actually be a pretty good rule setting for cyberpunk, because it's so much it's about what you believe, right? Instead of your nature, though, your nature would be like humanity, and on one end you're like an anarchist idealist, and on the other end you're like, I'm a stupid drone who just gonna like go to work and gave up on life. And that's what your nature is, and so like you're trying to fight for your little tiny corner neighborhood. Mouse Guard could work well for that.
Oh yeah, I love how characters are made in this. It's so
the character creation of this.
How your character is your belief, your goal, your instinct, and your traits. That is your character, and that is so good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I like most about this session is it makes me now more than ever want to hug all my fan artists, but also
Yeah.
Yes, seriously, you guys are the MVPs.
I
not
love
us.
I love the Riga Tuxtradamus. It was so
Yeah.
fucking good. I was literally like, holy shit. I mean,
I'm a mouse
obviously,
now.
I think if someone had that actual fur, he would probably get made fun of a lot. Because they'd be like, oh, look at this stupid black dot there. But all the humans would be like, this is the cutest mouse in the I'm going to breed him until there is an army of Tux mouses.
Tux Army.
It makes me more than ever want to get a Burning Wheel campaign together. I enjoyed the conflict system here, which is a watered down version of Burning Wheel. To
Yeah.
some extent.
I want to combine Mouse Guard with Night Witches and do like a really like gritty Rescue Rangers.
Ooh, like could it be like fighting
That's what I want.
beyond the scent border?
Yeah, but you're all in planes.
Suck it, weasels.
my
Yeah,
God.
weasel. Oh man, the weasels would all be Nazis too, right? So,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah, they all have like the triplanes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my, yeah,
They suck it.
Rescue Rangers and Tailspin are like two games I wish they could exist as role playing games. 'Cause
I do.
that would be the best.
It's almost
like-
a little weird to say, but
It's basically Firefly.
it is a little weird to
Sorry,
say. But I
did you
do
say
feel like
Rescue
Burning Wheel
Rangers
is a little.
Firefly?
No, like Tailspin. Like you have like a ship, right? And you do like odd jobs, and you have like the evil villain, the Shere Khan, and his army of pilots and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was gonna say about Burning Wheel, like it is like a little weird to say because it's Burning Wheel's like has way more stuff in it, but I almost do feel like that is a little more open than this because in Burning Wheel it is literally okay. What do you want to do? How are you doing it?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the type of story though that Burning Wheel's trying to tell. Burning Wheel's
Right,
not trying
exactly.
to tell Mouse Guard.
Like, and yeah, it's all of this is prefaced by saying I did not think Mouse Guard is a bad game. I loved my time and I liked the game, but yeah, in that it is restricted. It is restrictive in that it's trying to tell a certain story, and then my point was Burning Wheel is very much more about the characters doing things that the characters want to do. So they get like in Burning Wheel, you could be like, okay, no, I'm hungry, so I'm going to manipulate the guy. Like,
yeah. See,
but in this game, mouse guards, guard mice don't do that. So yeah,
I completely agree with you, Adam. Like completely. My one gripe I had with the system is that I felt like I couldn't tell as good as a story as I wanted to because the rules got in the way. Like me giving up my meal and stuff to you would have been more powerful, I think, as a story effect. Being like, like here I don't actually eat, I'm not very hungry.
That could be true, but in my mind, the torture that you bore eating that meal, I would literally like had this vision of like Cranberry like nibbling on the meal, and then every time the door opened, you would look out and you'd see Vera delivering the mail and just maybe like patting her stomach.
See that I know it makes it.
Oh man,
it just doesn't seem like that's
the mental torture from that was beautiful.
I know, but it's like that's torture I wouldn't subject myself to. My character, I felt like my character wouldn't have done that.
Right, so, but
I wouldn't
that's
have
not the
accepted it.
mechanics. That's not the mechanics
I know.
necessarily hampering you on it. That's like our lack of role playing it in that way right off the bat is what kind of canceled that scene out a little bit. Like we looked at the mechanics and we took it one way, like the mechanics kind of implies, and then we had to back up and we had to take it a different way, which we could have taken it that second way as role play, which if we would have made the scene powerful, like you said. And the game definitely didn't promote that, but it definitely didn't like take anything away from us role playing that either. Like you could have shared to us, and all we had to do was say, okay, well, your hunger is fed because you're just a hardier mouse. You can take less food. And we're like, we didn't say that. We had to like back up and say it kind of out of character.
Yeah.
Like if we had said that right away, like in character or whatever, it would have been just as powerful.
So, all right. Thank you, AP. Thank you so much for running this game.
Yes, thank you very, very much. This was great.
Let's talk about everybody. Remember at the beginning, I was like, oh, blah, 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 these guys and blah, blah, blah. And then I said, don't worry. After you see how amazing they are, we're going to talk about them at the end, so you can go to twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus, twitch.tv/Swargula, and twitch.tv/EricVulgaris. I'm sorry, Eric Bulgaria. And follow these folks. I literally said EricVulgaris, like I got halfway between the two of them. So let's talk about these folks. And double special shout out to Geek Dice in chat. Everybody give Geek Dice a hand there.
For giving out that was awesome.
Mouseguard PDF.
Yeah, and congratulations to our winner.
Yeah, Kelsa Delphi.
Yep, Kelsa, awesome.
Yeah, Tuxtradamus, tell us about yourself. Where can people find you? What do you do? And how did you get so handsome? That was the question someone asked earlier in chat.
Well, thank you, chat. I was made in a factory about 25 years ago. There was a lot of prototypes, a lot of testing went into it. Finally, some guy from India just found the perfect formula. I can't divulge it, otherwise. Are you talking about
your parents right now, or is your dad from India? I don't
know.
No. Oh, okay.
Let's talk about your channel. What do you do on it, and where can people find you?
I do, I guess, yeah, like I said earlier, kind of variety stuff. So like games, like earlier this week I was playing Darkest Dungeon. Today I started up some XCOM 2. Both are pretty cool, and both I'll be continuing to play, and I'll be doing some other stuff. You can find that at twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus, and I tweet about when I do stuff at twitter.com/Tuxtradamus, at Tuxtradamus, or whatever the twittering does things. I'm on these guys' channels a lot. First time on AP's. Hopefully I'll be back for more stuff. We'll
talk. We'll talk.
And yeah, I'm on a bunch of people's streams doing a bunch of awesome role-playing stuff. And soon I submitted my sheet actually today to Roll20 for Urban Shadows. So hopefully that gets accepted. And I'm going to get a game of that around sometime soon. And that should be awesome. So I'll let people know more about that when it is becoming more a thing.
Awesome.
All right, Swargula, tell us about yourself. Where can people find you, and what do you do?
What's up, motherfuckers? My name's Swargula, and I say things like that. I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm here on Wednesdays. I'm sometimes over at Wolf's Go Rawr's channel playing West Marches on Mondays. I'm gonna probably on Wax Stevens stuff doing another game on Sundays, and I have a campaign game with Tux is over here.
Yes,
I'm guessing on this direction.
So close.
Campaign tomorrow. I'm super excited because instead of the Super Bowl, instead of sports ball, because the Packers aren't in it, I don't care. But we're going to be doing D&D, and like 3 of their faces got stolen by a sentient tree, and I am going to try to kill all of them. It's going to be great.
Wow. That actually sounds awesome.
I am so excited. Like that was like what? Otherwise, I'm probably like 90% on this, guys. I'm probably going to start Survivor D&D, and I don't know. I don't know.
Talk to me afterwards. Let me send you let me send you more about inspectors.
Yeah, send me all the shit,
so you can see how that thing works, because that would be like a really cool thing for your game.
It would be the talking head shit would be so I'm probably gonna start Survivor D&D, which is interesting, which will be open to 12 people is probably the number that I'm looking at, or it might be open to 13, and we might just kick one person off in the first hour of the game. Just, you know how they do it, like schoolyard pick, and then there's one person left over, and you're like, you're out, like done. I might just do that. And then lastly, I do Twitch Plays D&D, which is literally like twice a week. I do a West Marches game, and you can show up like 30 minutes beforehand, and if there's an open slot, you can just be like, Sam, I want to play. And I'm like, okay, cool, you're in. And then chances are I'll kill you, because I have like a 40% mortality rate right now, and it's like insanely high. I just nerfed all the monsters, so don't worry. Don't worry. It's good.
That's a lie.
It. I'm Swargula. That's a whole lot of sentences. I got lots of stuff going on.
Eric?
Yes.
Why don't you tell us who you are? Where can people find you?
All right. So hi everybody. My name's Eric. I'm EricVulgaris here on the internet land. You can find me on Twitter at EricVulgaris. I'm at YouTube, youtube.com/c/EricVulgaris. Twitter, EricVulgaris. My number one thing I kind of do on the internet is a one-shot story game show called Once Upon a Game. We play a lot of indie RPGs. If you want to check that out, just go to my YouTube, look at Once Upon a Game. I have all my episodes there, all like 100 hours worth of it so far. Or catch me live tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific at my channel, where I'm playing Fiasco, where we're doing a rom-com version. But if you can't catch me there, or this week, we're continuing with my Once Upon a Game sort of like romantic kind of month flavor, and we're playing a game called Hot Guys Making Out, which is about a love interest mingle crossfire in the Spanish Civil War. By Ben Lehman, who's also the creator of a game called Polaris, if you ever heard of that. So it's a really cool story game. Hopefully you guys check it out. Yeah, Hot Guys Making Out. I mean, with a game title like that, you have to check it out, right?
Continue. I want to hear
when
more.
It came out, I was like, Adam Coble and Stephen Lumpkin should play it, but that idea.
Oh no! See, I'm beating them to the punch here.
I would.
It's
been out for like 6-7 months, right?
Oh, the game's been out forever. Yeah.
Yeah. They should definitely be.
Yeah, it's a solid game. It's also pretty short. It's very well like dictated, and it's very easy to play. I'm really excited to play it. It's actually might be a really, really good intro story game if you can handle the content.
Warning: don't Google it.
Yeah,
don't Google.
Don't just Google. Unless you put RPG at the end.
Yeah, add game, add RPG, something like that.
Chris Pratt is under that though, so he's there. So that's cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Swarg's currently just Googling.
No, I actually. Here's a picture of two emo guys.
So yeah. I normally stream a lot on Sundays, but it's Super Bowl and stuff, so my Sunday tomorrow would just be Fiasco. But other than that, I'm also doing a playthrough of Darkest Dungeon. I randomly play Verdun, which is a World War I shooter, and make videos for that sometimes. And then I also do a Witcher playthrough. So that's what I'm doing right now, as well as any other random things like AP Gaming's here, awesome channels and awesome things like. What's it? Is it the Warren, right?
Yeah, the Warren.
Yeah, the 13th.
Warren
I think we're set up for the 27th, right? February 27th?
13th, I believe.
No. Check the
27th.
Twitter. We had to move it because Tice is all up in that.
Right.
You good with the 27th? We'll talk about it after.
We'll talk about it. That's yeah.
I'm not going to stream
Warren
shame
hype.
you. People want me to stream shame all of you guys and signing up for another episode of Mousekind. We'll talk off stream.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you.
I am twitch.tv/APGamingREAL. Thank you for joining me. I may see a lot of familiar faces, but in case you aren't a familiar face, go ahead and maybe click on that follow button there. Check out the YouTube as well. I do at least 4 tabletop RPG streams a week, and I stream almost every night. I do my best to stream every night. Sometimes life will get in the way. I've got 700 hours of tabletop RPG content, according to a curator. Not really sure if that's true or not, but we've played. This is number 20. This is the 20th system I've played on stream. So
awesome.
Big numbers. Nice. I have
Sweet.
a number of one-shots of different systems. I have at least 5 different series where we've looked at 5 weeks of a game. And I have ongoing campaigns of Pathfinder and Edge of the Empires, the Star Wars system, and a Stars Without Numbers conversion called Spears of the Dawn. So you can check out my schedule and all of that. YouTube on my Twitch panels down there. Go ahead and click some buttons, do some stuff, follow all these folks. Watch things. We'll talk about maybe doing another episode of this. And have a good night, guys.
Night, everybody.
Good night. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks.